Hi everybody, I'm Jane. This is Jane Draws It Out. And today is our Christmas program. And it's 2 days late, but just don't take your tree down.
Christmas tree. Oh, yes!
What we'll do is we're gonna trim the tree. I have a tree right here, as you see the tree. And we're gonna trim it with Christmas balls from our favorite politicians and politician adjacent. Without further ado, we're going to do our Christmas show, and our first person will be Marjorie Taylor Greene. And as you know, she is changing her political stance in ways, and the left is starting to see her as a darling. But she has also got some right-wing things too. And so what we're going to do with her is we're going to split her down the middle. And yeah, she's for affordability. She's pushing affordability and the Epstein files. And but over here, she's not really pro-LGBTQ and not for that, and trans even. And so we will split the tree with her until she figures out where she wants to go. Now, I tell you what, she's probably not going to run in 2028 for president. She'll probably do senator or governor first. But she may run in 2032. And that brings up our next Christmas ball, Ms. AOC. And she is very upset, as you can tell, because she is too young to run until 2032. So these two may see each other. That would be a fun race. And we're going to give her lipstick because she wears red lipstick and she's mad. So, and then we're going to go with another fella, and this is our first fella, I should say. This is Robert Kennedy Jr., and he is the Secretary of Health and Human Resources. And he is considered an well, we won't say that. That's not fair. We will call him a vaccine concerner. And right now, but with the Texas outbreak of measles, we're going to turn this little snow into red dots for pock marks. We'll put a few on his face. That wasn't very nice. We should have done it in a no, but there we go. We put some pock marks on it, and there he is. And our next fella is Pete Hegseth. Now, Pete is the Secretary of War and not the Secretary of Defense. And that's a little bloody to me. It feels like the Secretary, and he's getting a lot of pressure. So I'm going to put a lot of blood down there for being Secretary of War instead of Secretary of Defense. But he's getting a lot of pressure over Signalgate when he let the news out of an invasion we were going to make. And he may get dropped, so we're not going to put him on the Christmas tree. We're going to draw Santa holding his Christmas ball. And how should we go there? There we go. And Santa, we're going to have Santa have a fingernail. And he's holding the Christmas ball. Well, Santa needs red. So after that, we have in the shadows George Soros, the boogeyman of the right wing. Everything that goes wrong is George Soros. And we're going to cut him out of this, and we're going to cut him out of the ball because he's going to be down here in the shadows. but he's so elusive. He's behind the ball, and you can see he's elusive. And so anyway, we go on to the presidential candidates of the Democratic Party. If you're wondering who they are, this is Pete Buttigieg and Waltz, who was vice president candidate, J.B. Pritzker, Gavin Newsom, and Joel Shapiro. And we're going to put them way over here. And but who is going to be the one that comes out of the ball? And I'm going to be totally prejudiced and put my state's governor, Andy Beshear, coming out of the ball as the victor. And he needs a vice president candidate. And my favorite politician of all is Liz Cheney. That lady has, well, I better not say. We will go to the star. Oh, it's a phone call. Let's see if I know him. Spam risk. Those are always good because I don't have to do anything. I can just put the phone over there and forget about it. I can let it ring. They'll leave me a message. It doesn't matter. But we're going to do the star. And just in case you're wondering who the star is, there's really only one star in politics today. But I got to cut out the star of the tree. And you know, there's really only one star to put up there. There were some competitors, but they all were pretenders of being the star on the tree. And there's only one politician who would get that honor. And I believe we all know. So there we go. And we're going to have President Trump at the top of the tree. And as you can see, his points are uneven because he's kind of uneven. He puts on tariffs, he takes off tariffs. He pardons drug dealers, he blows up drug dealers. Gasoline is down, but eggs are up. So anyway, that is why we have the points of the tree. Now, I wanted to put him up there because that's who Rand Paul is shoving his Constitution, and we will draw a hand coming, an arm, and that's a terrible arm. And there he's shoving the Constitution up there. And we have another one up near President Trump, and he gives him just as much a hard time. And this is Thomas Massie. Talk about, and he's cool because he's been hot lately. Took on President Trump and won. And but I tell you what, he is going to be pointing out to President Trump. Let's give him a little black jacket. And he is pointing out Ghislaine Maxwell. Let's put AOC down there. And Ghislaine, and that is Massie saying, take a look at Ghislaine. And Ghislaine is sitting there, but just like everything, the guy who's seen around everything and coming out of Ghislaine's arm is Jeffrey Epstein. So there we go. Hegseth fell off. And that is our show for today. And please like, subscribe, and share. That would be fantastic.